Hey, Becky here. In this video I'm going to be talking about my recent Packrafting trip, and I'm just going to go through some of the stuff that I took with me. And yeah, so it's pretty much going to be a gear loadout and talking about a new series that's going to be on of my trip in Scotland using my new alpaca Packraft. So I hope you enjoy this video. At the minute I am at a mountain hut, so I'm still in Scotland and it's grim weather today, like really bad, hence the wet hair and putting the burner on to warm up and being indoors. I would have shot this video outside, but it's really manky, so yeah, you've got this nice wooden backdrop instead. Right, so the trip I went on, it was about 4 days ago now. So during that time I've been visiting a friend in Glencoe and then I've been staying here. This will be my third night tonight. So yeah, it's been like about 5 days since I've just come off the trip and I'm missing it already. It was such a great experience and there were so many valuable and really priceless moments. So it's definitely encouraged me to do some more trips in the future. For this trip I hiked 14 miles in and then put in at a lock, and I spent, I think the total was around a week. So that was walking in and on the lock, and yeah, it was so nice. It was lovely. I got amazing weather. I did a bit of fishing. I didn't catch anything though. I blanked. And yeah, wild camped and just toured round really. It was more of a free sort of trip instead of like scheduled set destination. So this is the part where I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I've took with me. I know a lot of people ask what gear that I recommend and what I like to take with me on like lightweight trips. Right, so before I start, this was all self-supported, so I carried my own food, my own kit, everything. There's no shops along the way, and for many days I didn't even see anyone, so it was a real culture shock, like coming from London to start off, then to Glasgow and then to this place. Complete culture shock, but I loved it. It was great fun and new experience. First off, I'm going to talk about my shelter and sleep system. So with me I took, this is a new tent. I've had it a while, but it's new when I've come to doing like hiking and these sort of lightweight trips. So I used to own the Van Gogh Banshee 200 and I loved it. It was great. I had it for like a couple years or more, but I decided just to, because I'm doing this a lot and it's what I'm doing regularly, I wanted to upgrade and get something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more durable, and it's actually a 4-season tent, which is amazing. The fly net on the Van Gogh isn't amazing, so I wanted to definitely have something for good midgie protection, especially coming in the summer. They have been so bad. I got eaten alive this trip, and it's nice to have this hut somewhere to hide away, I guess, in the evenings, just to escape them for a little while, because they were rough. So this is the Fjallraven Abisko Light 1. It's a one-man tent. It's 4-season. I know it's blue, but I wanted to get after a green one. There was none left. They're obviously a popular tent. It's super lightweight as well. I'm just trying to think of the weight, but it's definitely under 2 kilos. I'll put the exact weight and the details of the tent, but yeah, it's compact, it's lightweight, it's 4-season, it's got a really great midgie tent, and it's got quite a bit of room actually. Like, it fitted all my gear, which is quite a bit, and the Packraft. Sleep system here, that is my Thermarest Venture sleeping pad. So that is lightweight. I've had it for about 4 years. It's done some time, and yeah, it's small and it's lightweight, and it's always been reliable for me. And then for my sleeping bag, I bought with me the Rab Neutrogena Pro. Yeah, that is a great sleeping bag. Super warm, really lightweight, and it does go down really small. I haven't got it on here because it's actually upstairs in like the dorm bit. I've been using it while I've been staying here. I want to say a huge thank you to Voco Bear. I'm awful with this name because it's so different and unique. Thank you so much for supplying me with the bag. So lovely. It's a really kind subscriber who's super generous, and sleeping bags are a must when you're out camping and on trips. So thank you so much. And then next over here I have my clothing. So I wanted to take a variety of clothes just because I know it's wet in Scotland a lot of the time. But then also last year I got sunburnt, so I've just taken a mixture. At the minute what I've got on is what I wore for a lot of the trip. So I've got trousers that zip off into shorts, which are brilliant. And to be honest, these are cheap and cheerful. They're Lidl's, so they've done me really well though, and I didn't mind just trashing them and drying them out around a fire. I have got burn hole in them. So yeah, cheap and cheerful, but they're doing the job. This is just a Rab fleece that's been super warm and really comfortable. And then I've got a Helly Hansen base layer. They're great to go with. And base layers are great to have because they're keeping you warm and insulated, and it means you just don't have to carry as many big layers. It's more like a layering system. And then I've got sort of spare underwear, a fleece, and a lot of socks and t-shirts and things like that. I've also got a Rab down jacket and my Rab waterproofs and a bug net, which I really needed and is essential for coming to Scotland in the summer. First time I've ever been to Scotland in the summer, and yeah, it was very different and a bit of a kick up the arse for sure, but I've enjoyed it nevertheless. At the front, as you can see, I have a fishing rod. I know people have asked me what fishing rod this was, and I forgot to reply to them. So this is a Shakespeare. The brand is a Shakespeare fishing rod. It's obviously telescopic, and the reel comes off as well. And I think it's, I'm trying to think, I think it's like 9 foot or something. It does say. I'll mention that as well. It's not that long. It's quite a short rod on the scale of things, but that's perfect when you're fishing off your boat. And what I also like about it is this bit at the bottom unscrews and you can put stuff inside of it. Yeah, just a standard fishing rod really. I haven't gone too expensive with it. And then I've just got just a cheap reel that obviously folds down. The actual reel comes off and it folds down small. With me I took lures, and recently I've bought size 10 hooks and some worms because the luring didn't really work out too well, and I've got that all in this bag at the front. But like I said, I didn't catch anything, which was quite gutting, but it's how it goes. And I didn't fish that much, so I didn't expect to catch anything. Because the lock I went on was tidal, it would go really shallow in the margins for a lot of the time. And then on that note, I just mentioned that the lock I was on that was tidal, so it's linked to the sea. This made it really hard on the first few days for getting water, because obviously it's salt water, I couldn't drink it. And there was a bit of a drought that was going on. I know Scotland having a drought, but that's what the locals had said, driest they've seen it. I think it was meant to be, I spoke to a National Trust guy, and he said it was the driest summer or driest July since the 2000s. So 21 years shows it must have been really dry. But this is what I used, a Soya Squeeze Mini, trusty Soya Squeeze, and these awesome Chinook bags. that are 2 litres, and I've always found that the soy squeeze bags break on me. I've got through about 3 bags of the soy squeeze ones. They're just not durable. So I think it's worth getting one of these bags, as you can store more water. Right, next is electronics. This is something that does weigh heavy for me through filming and everything. I knew that I wouldn't be stopping at any shops to recharge stuff, so I think this was the way to go, and it was definitely great. It is a Anker solar panel, so it's really small, but it's really effective. And this is a 21 watt. And in here I've got an Anker power station, head torch, camera, spare batteries, phone lead, that sort of thing, all in there, and a GoPro. Here I've got my wash kit. Hygiene was a definite must. There's toothbrush, toothpaste, smidge, needed that. And then yeah, all them sort of things. Also, talking about that, the trowel. This is something that people around this area at the minute definitely need to invest in. Definitely, if you're going out and you're camping, invest in a trowel. That was so cheap, that was off Amazon. Or bag it and take it away with you. And also litter. It's just got really bad up here at the minute, I think, because people are having national holidays. It's got a lot busier, and yeah, there's a lot of litter. So it's really sad to see. Then my cook system. I took just a 440 gram butane bottle, and there's still loads left because I had a lot of open fires as well. I took this amazing stove, look how small it is, and folds up really tiny, but this is the Jetboil Master Mo. I know usually a lot of people just go for the Jetboil, just the standard Jetboils that they're known for, instead of like this. But what I like is when I was trying to save gas and wanted open fires, I could just carry a pot and put this on the fire. So this is a Wild Camping International titanium pot. So it allows me to travel light, but also be able to put this on the fire and use it on my stove when I want to. So it just combines using fuel and fire. So yeah, that's great. I really like that. And I will put the link in the description to all of my stuff. So that is off Burton McCall, I think it is. Here I've got my Tinsy Wincy first aid kit. So yeah, that's filled with all bits and bobs, and yeah, it does the job. That's what I needed. I didn't need to use it, which was lucky, but it's always there. It's best to be safe than sorry, as I like to say. And then during my trip, I was eating real Termat freeze-dried meals. These are the first time I've ever used like freeze-dried meals and gone with real Termat. I've used other companies in the past, but these were amazing. They were so nice after a long day and I hadn't eaten much. They were so good, and they do so many nice flavours. Like this one's creamy salmon with pasta. I've got chili con carne, I've got a muesli, and they're filled with quite a lot of calories per bag. So this one's got 601 calories, and that's obviously what you need when you're busy all day, getting your calorie content up. And for breakfasts, I did have a couple of real Termat meals, but I packed my own porridge mixes. So at home, I made up some packages of porridge, and that they were full of high calories. I've done a video on that on my Patreon, so you guys will see how I went about doing that to get as much nutrients and calories in my breakfast. And then very end, I've got repair kit. So repair kit, black tape, paracord for my tent. So the material for the tent, like patches, and sewing kit. And then I've got this for my boat. And I've got another repair kit that's in my buoyancy aid hanging up there. So double prepared with the boat. I just really don't want that to happen, it to puncture. And I got these from Alpaca as well. Definitely worth it. The boat I've got is the Alpaca Caribou, and it fits in this bag. It doesn't take up the whole bag. So you can see how small it actually is. It probably goes to about here when it's compressed. So it's a really compact boat. The inflatable seat fits in this bag and the repair kit. So ideal, amazing piece of kit, and I really rated it. It's my second trip in the Packraft, first real big one, so it was just getting used to how it operated and everything, and I was so impressed with it. For wet bags, I probably went down the wrong road when it comes to this, but I really like this bag. It is a 10 litre dry bag, and I like that it had straps on it so it turns into a backpack. So it's been like a day bag, or carrying like electronics in when I want to go off and get different shots, or when I went off fishing I'd put everything in there. So it's perfect. I really like that, and that just sat in the boat with me. If you don't know what a Packraft is and you don't know how they operate, basically all your gear goes inside the boat, so there's a zip on it, everything goes inside, and it's a really good way of storing your gear. So that was nice, having stuff like essentials I needed whilst I was travelling. So like obviously my filter, my food and camera. And for inside, everything went in these bags. This is what I mean I went down the wrong road. These are brilliant bags. It's just when you come to having a Packraft, you should ideally have inflation bags just as extra buoyancy. So I think I will invest in inflation bags for future trips. What's great about these bags, if you seal them enough and keep air in them, they do float. So that is a positive. And then at the back here, you can see I've got my Osprey Aura 65 litre backpack. So everything went in there, and I strapped the boat on the outside. So I think I've pretty much covered everything. I did take obviously other things like bug net, my boots, water shoes, and bits like that. And you'll obviously see that all in the video. For boots, I took my Lower Ladies GTXs, absolutely perfect. They were great, but I mainly lived in my water shoes because I was always in the water and in my boat, so I was in them a lot, and I will list what they are. But yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything, and then obviously paddles to go in my boat, and you will see it all in the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video of just a quick run through of everything that I took on my trip. This is 1 week self-supported, carrying a Packraft, and everything in here fitted in the Packraft. Obviously food has diminished a lot, but a lot of it was food, and it was bulky at the start, having to carry everything. I had Kendall mint bars, chia charge bars, an outdoor provision, and I had like one of those or two of those a day if I was lucky, and then the porridge sachets, and then the real termat meals. Yeah, I've come to the end of this video. I'm going to be spending another week in this hut, so I'm hoping to do a lot of walks whilst I'm here, and use my Packraft again for the last time in Scotland on this trip, and just enjoy it. I love being here. It's such a lovely environment. And yeah, I'm dreading going back to the old concrete jungle down south. I'm not looking forward to that. So it's going to be a real nice, chilled, outdoory week here. And I'm thinking about doing a video. I'm not too sure yet. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now. Thank you so much for watching. I want to say a massive thank you to all my patrons for supporting me on this trip and making this trip possible. You guys support travel expenses, buying food and equipment and camera stuff, so it's so lovely. I want to thank Ivakodo Bear. I'm so sorry that I've got this name wrong. I feel really bad, but thank you for supplying me with that sleeping bag. I want to say a huge thank you to Real Termat for supplying me with these amazing meals, and I will be buying some more for my next trip. And Kendall Mint Chia Charge and outdoor provision bars for just fueling my little adventure, and I'll be buying them for more trips as well. They were such a morale booster each day, having something sweet and to re-energise me. And then Alpaca Raft. I absolutely loved using your raft that you've made. Thank you so much. So, and thank you all for watching this video if you watched it this far through. And thank you for getting me to how many subscribers I'm on. It's mad how much this channel is growing. But if you haven't already, I would appreciate if you subscribed. So thanks again, and take care, and make sure you put the bell icon or look out for the Scotland pack rafting trip that's about to come.